Welcome to Oracle Paper 1 Oracle SQL Session 11 Creating Views. In this session, you learn how to create and use views. You also learn to query the relevant data dictionary object to retrieve information about views. Finally, you learn to create and use inline views and perform top-N analysis using inline views. So after completing this lesson, you should be able to describe a view, create, alter the definition of and drop a view, retrieve data through a view, insert, update and delete data through a view, create and use an inline view, and perform top-N analysis. Coming to database objects, out of which we have seen tables. Now we come to views, which are logically represents subsets of data from one or more table. Coming to what is a view? You can present logical subsets or combinations of data by creating views of tables. A view is a logical table based on a table or another view. A view contains no data of its own but is like a window through which data from tables can be viewed or changed. The table on which a view is based are called base tables. The view is stored as select statement in data dictionary. Moving ahead, why use views or advantages of views? Views restrict access to data because the views can display selective columns from the table. Views can be used to make simple queries to retrieve the result of complicated queries. For example, views can be used to query information from multiple tables without the user knowing how to write a join statement. Views provide data independence for ad hoc users and application programs. One view can be used to retrieve data from several tables. And last but not the least, views provide groups of user access to data according to their particular criteria. Let's come to simple views and complex views. There are two classifications for views. One is simple and complex. The basic difference is related to DML, that is insert, update and delete operations. A simple view is one that derives data from only one table, contains no functions or groups of data, and can perform DML operations through a view. A complex view is one that derives data from many tables, contains functions or groups of data, does not allow DML operations through views. Coming to creating a view. You can create a view by embedding a subquery within the create view statement. Syntax is create or replace force no force view, view name, alias as subquery, with check option constraint or with read option constraint. In the syntax, or replace is recreates the view if it already exists. Force creates the view regardless of whether or not the base table exists. No force creates the view only if the base table exists. This is the default option. View is the name of the view. Alias specifies name for expressions selected by the view's query. Number of lines must match number of expressions selected by the view. Subquery is a complete select statement. You can use aliases for columns in the select list. With check option specifies that only rows accessible to the views can be inserted or updated. Constraint is the name of assigned to check option constraint. With read only ensures that no DML operations can be performed on this view. The example on the slide creates a view that contains the employee number, last name and salary for each employee in department 80. You can display the structure of view by using describe command. The syntax is create view, view name as empview80 as select employee underscore ID, last underscore name, salary from employees where department underscore ID equals 80, and you can say describe command as describe empview80. Certain guidelines for creating a view are: first, the subquery that defines a view can contain complex select syntax, including joins, groups, and subqueries. The subquery that defines the view cannot contain an order by clause. Order by clause is specified when you retrieve data from the view. Third, if you do not specify the constraint name for a view created with check option, system assigns a default name in the format sys_cn. And the last, you can use or replace option to change the definition of the view without dropping and recreating it or regranting object privileges previously granted on it. Moving ahead, you can control the column names by including column alias within the subquery. Example on the slide creates a view containing employee number as employee_id with the alias id_number, name as last_name with the alias name, and annual salary of the column salary with the alias ann_salary for every employee in department 50. As an alternative, you can use an alias after the create statement and prior to select query. Number of alias listed must match number of expressions selected in the subquery. So the syntax is create view sal vu50 as select employee id as id number, last name as name, salary into 12 as ANN salary from employees where department ID equals 50. Moving ahead, retrieving data from a view. You can retrieve data from a view as you would from any table. You can display either the contents of the entire view or just specific rows and columns. Querying a view. Views in the data dictionary. Once your view has been created, you can query the data dictionary view called user_views to see the name of the view and the view definition. The text of the select statement that constitutes your view is stored in the long column. Data access using views. When you access data using a view, Oracle server performs the following operations. First, it retrieves the view definition from data dictionary table, that is user_views. It checks access privilege for the view base table. It converts the view query into an equivalent operation on underlying base table or tables. In other words, data is retrieved from or an update is made to the base tables. Moving ahead, we come to modifying a view. With the or replace option, a view can be created even if one exists with this name already, thus replacing the old version of view for its owner. This means that the view can be altered without dropping, recreating, and regranting object privileges. Note, when assigning column alias in create view clause, remember that alias are listed in the same order as the columns in the subquery. One example for modifying a view is create or replace view empview80. Alias given as id_number, name, sal, department ID as select, employee ID, first name and last name concatenated together as name, salary, department ID from employees where department ID equals to 80.